On this episode of O'Fallon Matters, say goodbye to O'Fallon's police chief. Then learn about a cutting-edge process that's keeping our sewer lateral lines free of roots. Also, find out everything that O'Fallon's Heritage and Freedom Fest has to offer in 2022. All this and more next on O'Fallon Matters. Maintaining O'Fallon's parks is the goal of this department. Next on O'Fallon Matters, let's find out how our Parks Department creates a premier parks destination for all.
We have 8 developed parks throughout the city. Each park offers different amenities such as baseball or soccer fields. Some parks are passive and have beautiful lakes and bandstands for music. Without the O'Fallon Parks maintenance crew, we wouldn't be able to enjoy all the amenities that our parks offer. These employees are behind the scenes creating pristine public spaces of nature for us to enjoy.
The Parks Department is here to provide a good quality and safe environment for our users in the parks. We really try and do this in a efficient manner and also being good stewards to the environment. It's just really important to us that people have a good place to come, play, and hang out. There are 24 full-time staff keeping these parks going, and it's not something that's taken lightly. We have 7 crew leaders in our park system, and each crew leader either has a specific park. Some of the smaller parks are put together, such as Civic, Fort Zumwalt Park, and Knaus. That's all under one crew leader. The majority of the other parks have a single crew leader, and then with as small as 1 additional staff person up to 3 additional staff people, depending on the size of the park.
Park staff performs daily routines to keep the parks clean and operational. Mowing and the setup and maintenance of the athletic fields is a daily task from March through October. They also assist tourism and festivals with special events. The special projects team can be found performing the more intensive construction type projects.
The other times a year, we're setting up for celebration of lights. That October leading up to Thanksgiving, staff's over there hanging Christmas lights, building scenes. That takes a lot of time. That doesn't go up in one day. When it snows, Parks Department is there. We assist the Streets Department to help plow snow for all the city residents. In addition, park staff take care of the parks and plowing snow. So if we have a rental at the lodge or Krekel Civic Center, we've got to make sure that park is ready.
Our parks are open every day for people to show up and play. Parks always need to be up to standards. Even though the job never stops for these employees, they get to see their accomplishments firsthand.
We do a daily routine every day. We pick up all the ground trash, we blow off the pavilions and the playgrounds. We want people to come here and feel safe and have a clean environment, just to have fun, run around, play on the playground. We have a lot of pride. We care. We want people, when they come to the parks, to go, wow.
So we overseed our fields every year. We sand our fields, the top dressing our fields. Just the amount of maintenance we do every year is it's a staggering amount of labor that goes into these fields that we put in, that we turn out a top tier field for O'Fallon residents to use in the spring and the fall sessions for soccer.
These amenities are free to the citizens of O'Fallon. So if you live in O'Fallon, then these parks are yours. So we just try to do the best we can to make sure that these amenities are safe and clean, and that's our ultimate goal, is to make sure that that's enjoyable.
They are just, bar none, some of the best guys I've ever worked with. They are very passionate about their job. Their talent shows through. When you walk through a O'Fallon park, you can really see the time staff is taking to make sure it's ready for everybody. And what really gets me is when I drive through a park, get out of my vehicle and go for a walk, and I see the residents utilizing and really benefiting from the fruits of our labor. And that just gets me every time and really motivates me to do a good job.
Ultimately, it takes enormous effort and teamwork of staff to keep our parks playable all year round. This team effort makes the City of O'Fallon Park System one of the best in the country.
It's one of the most exciting traditions in the county, O'Fallon's Heritage and Freedom Fest. This year running from July 1st through the 4th. Let's take a closer look.
We having a good time so far tonight?
It's the biggest 4th of July party in St. Charles County, and you're invited. O'Fallon Heritage and Freedom Fest is the best place to celebrate America's birthday with carnival food and rides, our annual parade, concerts from national acts, and fireworks. Even better is the price of admission, free.
This year we have a few changes. The first noticeable change is going to be we are open July 1st. So with July 1st is just the carnival and the carnival vendors to be open to anyone. You can get your wristbands in advance or you can buy them on the property that day. Then, starting on July 2nd, we will go more towards our traditional way of opening, and that is when we'll have our sideshow entertainment, the carnival, and the rest of the vendors will be open at that time as well. Then, starting on the 3rd, everything is fully up and operational. We will have our main stage going live for our country night. Chris Jansen will take the stage. And we'll, of course, have our fireworks finishing out the evening. And then on the 4th, we'll start the day with our parade, 9:30 in the morning, like we always have, starting at City Hall, going down Main Street. And then the festival grounds open up at noon. And the rest of the party continues for the day. And then Cheap Trick takes the stage later that night, once again, followed by fireworks.
O'Fallon's Heritage and Freedom Fest Parade, this year on July 4th, is one of the largest and most colorful in the area, drawing thousands proudly dressed in red, white, and blue, and cheering for the patriotic parade entries, vying for cash prizes and trophies.
This year's theme for the parade is America's Heartland. I encourage people to always think about what that means to them and get creative with it.
Entertainment Alley along T.R. Hughes Boulevard is filled with vendors, games, and sideshows.
This year in Entertainment Alley, we have a few new features. One is a street artist who's going to come out and do a 3D mural on the street itself, and they'll be using different types of chalk to create that. It'll be a great photo opportunity. And we also have a great surprise of a tractor trailer that is coming in that opens up into a movie theater. And it has a couple of short films inside about aviation during World War II and overcoming adversity to minorities who were in that type of program during World War II. This year's sideshow entertainment is called Flipping Out. They're more of an Olympic-sized trampoline group where they do stunts over a giant wall. They sometimes strap on snowboards and do tricks that way. So if you see somebody flying 20 feet in the air, it's okay. Come check them out. So Heritage and Freedom Fest to me is a community give back. It is an opportunity to have the surrounding O'Fallon area and O'Fallon come out and celebrate the 4th of July. The fact that it does draw so many people and so many people come out and they enjoy it and they continue to come back year after year. And I am very proud to say that O'Fallon is able to offer this at no cost.
O'Fallon's Top Cop is moving on. Now, let's take a look back and celebrate the career of Chief John Neski.
For which I was appointed
on the 27th day of January, so help me God.
on the 27th day of January, so help me God.
Congratulations.
O'Fallon Police Chief John Neski is trading in his badge for a well-deserved retirement. Chief Neski always has a smile on his face and has served the great city of O'Fallon for 28 and a half years. Neski's retirement brings an end to almost 4 decades in law enforcement.
They would call me at my house and I wasn't sure I was going to be a police officer at first. I was heading down a different career. I was thinking about the military. But when I was 23 years of age, I decided I would like to be a police officer. And I actually thought I was going to be too old, that nobody would pick me up, because all three of my brothers were 20 years old and in the academy, and they turned 21 in the academy. I started at the St. Louis City Police Department. I went through their academy, and before I graduated, I was picked up by the Missouri State Water Patrol, and that was a job I was really looking for. So I transferred my position over to the state, and I worked 7 years at Lake of the Ozarks as a water patrolman down there. In 1993, I left the Water Patrol and started my job here with the city of O'Fallon as a police officer.
Chief Neski has served the residents of O'Fallon with honor and distinction. He is the only PD employee to wear every badge.
Well, everybody goes to patrol. Everybody starts in patrol. And a lot of people end their careers in patrol. Mine took a little different path. I went into the Detective Bureau, and I spent a lot of time in there. I spent time in there as a sergeant. But from there, I've worked in emergency management. I've worked in community services. When I was promoted to a command level, which is a captain, that's when you start taking on the administrative roles. Literally, just a week ago, I received a phone call from a woman, and she wondered if I was the detective that worked on her son's case some 25 years ago. And I didn't recognize her name, but I certainly remembered the incident, and we chatted about it. And her boy at the time was only 5 or 6 years old. I think he was in kindergarten. And he was assaulted by somebody, a stranger, and we were able to get a successful prosecution on this individual. But she told me how well her son's doing, and he's in his early 30s, and he's well adjusted and doing quite well. You know, it's things like that throughout your career that kind of keep you going, because we all started this job to help people, and that's just kind of an affirmation when 25 years later somebody calls you out of the blue and talk about some things that were positive for the community.
Throughout Chief Neski's career, he accomplished many goals, but he is particularly proud of his work with the PD's communication system.
It was Chief Talbot, and he assigned me to help work on our radio system. It was an old analog system. I knew nothing about a radio. I had to educate myself on radios. We were able to obtain a modern digital P25 compliant radio system, secure the funding through the city, and we put together a top-notch radio system, which was probably 3 or 4 years ahead of its time. And then we were able to secure countywide funding, and now we have a countywide radio system, which they use this equipment for the newer system that went into place. So we were ahead of our time. I was really proud of that, because the system was unsafe, our old radio system. I would have to say that was probably my fondest memory for contributing to the police department.
On behalf of the residents and everyone in the city of O'Fallon, we would like to extend our heartfelt thanks for Chief Neski's dedication to O'Fallon. Congratulations on your retirement. We wish you the best of health, happiness, and success on your new journey in life.
The wife and I, we raised a family here. The kids went to the schools. They all graduated from West High School. It's been a terrific place to live. O'Fallon's been a terrific place to work. They've always been good to their employees, and I truly, truly do appreciate the opportunities they've given me. O'Fallon is certainly ahead of the curve. We are keeping up with the pace. We've got a wonderful command staff. We have terrific police officers here and civilian staff. So we are poised to continue to go, and we're in good hands.
Thousands of motorcyclists journeyed across America in honor of our veterans with the Run for the Wall. Kim Doan has the story.
Thousands of motorcyclists journeyed across America in honor of our veterans with the Run for the Wall. On Monday, May 23rd, the riders made their way to Wentzville, VFW Post 5327, where they received a warm welcome.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the state of Missouri and the city of Wentzville, I would like to welcome everyone to Winsville Post 5327. What a beautiful day we have for this honorable event celebrating our country's military veterans. Having spent 28 months in Iraq as a civilian, I worked, slept, played, and even cried with our military men and women while they served our country. So many selfless acts that are never seen by our countrymen and women as our military sacrifices their time, families, and sometimes their lives. Having been a motorcycle enthusiast, I know that the stamina and dedication and pain it takes to ride from coast to coast on a motorcycle. I applaud those that make this pilgrimage each year to the Veterans Wall in Washington, D.C. We are honored that the leaders of this ride take time to stop in Winsville.
On behalf of myself, the City of Winsville, our Police Department, Winsville PD, our citizens, we want to welcome you to Winsville. We're so honored that you're here. Every year we look forward to your arrival, and I know it's a long journey and it's a hard ride, but your dedication and commitment to our veterans and our missing in action and the people who fought and served is just so heartwarming. We're so honored that you stop at Winsville and share that with us. So God bless you all for your ride, and please be safe on tomorrow on your journey. We'll see you in the morning. God bless you all. It feels great. I mean, I've been doing this for 15 years, welcome them to the city, and just watch it. So emotional watching them come off the highway, you know, between 500, 600, 700 bikes, and the passion they have to keep the memory alive. It's just heartwarming. And we have the first Vietnam Memorial here in Winsville, so this is their stop-off point. So it's just an honor to have them come here. Such nice people and friendly. Just great to see them all.
This is an amazing thing to be a part of. I've been a part of it for over 25 years. It's just an amazing thing to watch these guys come in that come from California on the way to DC, talking to these guys, knowing who they are, the dedication and understanding what this mission is about. It's just fantastic to be a part of.
For me personally, I never served. That's probably one of the biggest regrets of my life. And I wanted to give back. I wanted to honor our veterans. I wanted to honor my father and his service. And also, especially since I'm a child of the 60s, you know, when I was a little tot, a lot of the guys I'm riding with were out there in the jungles defending our freedom. So I wanted to come and honor them, give them a proper welcome home, and also make sure that we honor veterans from all wars and bring about an awareness for all those who are MIA, KIA, and especially to honor those who were wounded in action, and not just the people who have the visible wounds, but the people who have the wounds that you can't see.
Patriotism was resurrected for me because of this event, and that's probably the biggest thing. And now I want to serve and try to help make it a great experience, especially for the first-time people, especially the vets. A lot of younger vets now, and it's good to see them carrying on this tradition because it causes the heartland of America to kind of just rise up and prove that it still is the America that we once thought it was. It still is.
It's a big family. There's a lot of love. Doesn't matter what your background is, what branch of service you're in, what kind of motorcycle you ride. Nobody cares about any of that.
It's like being back in the Marine Corps. Everyone is like reaching out to each other. Every morning they give the new guys a hug and welcome them. Welcome the Vietnam vets, especially back home. It's like a family. It's like a big family just moving together.
The City of O'Fallon offers a sewer lateral insurance program that provides assistance for the repair of sewer laterals that connect the resident's home. Watch this segment and see how our crew uses a new technique to save residents time and money on repairs.
Many residential homes in O'Fallon contain aging sewer lateral pipes that need repairs. And thanks to O'Fallon, those repairs are covered by the Sewer Lateral Insurance Program. Most repairs require the crew to dig up a yard and then replace the lateral line. To help save costs, the City of O'Fallon's in-house crew is now running a new technique called PermaLiner repair.
They shoot a liner material. It's just like a felt fabric type material, and then they mix a resin and an epoxy together, and it causes this material to get warm and get hot, and then they'll put it's kind of like a cow tube, but it's like a balloon where it inverts inside of it when they shoot it down the line, and then it seals that up against the walls, and then it cures in place back to the CIPP. And then when they pull that cow tube out, that bladder or that balloon, it looks like a brand new piece of PVC pipe that doesn't have any joints in it. It's just one solid line of piping material, and looks just as awesome as can be. And it's going to last for, you know, they say 50 years, but I could see it lasting probably longer than that.
The PermaLiner repair technique is fast and cost-effective. This process provides a useful alternative in certain instances.
And we decided to do that because it's useful to use if we can't rip up the whole street and we need to just shoot underneath the street. This is an easy process for doing that. If somebody's got a humongous tree in their front yard and don't really want to rip it down, then if the pipe's okay, we can shoot down through it too and just save the tree and save the yard per se.
There is criteria in place in order to use the PermaLine process.
A straight shot is usually what we're looking at. We don't like to have a lot of turns in it because when they're shooting that liner in there, it has to make all those zigs and zags, and you know, a 45, a 22. If it has a 90 in the line, we're definitely not going to do it because it's hard to get that to go around there and do what it's supposed to do. We're looking at straight shots, maybe a little bit elbow here, elbow there.
For any questions regarding sewer lateral lining or to find out about O'Fallon's sewer lateral program, please call 636-379-7600 or visit www.ofallon.mo.us.
Thanks for joining us today. If you have a good story idea, please let us know. Email us at OFallonTV@ofallon.mo.us. And remember that O'Fallon matters to all of us.